Whoa! Hands on the wheel. It's the Illusion, reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. 6:30 in the morning, heading down the hill, off to the job site. Wow. I was driving down the hill and I just had like one of those thoughts where I really understood something someone told me once upon a time. You know, when I was all in my rebel phase or my punker phase or my fuck the system phase or my whole just anti phase, just I'm not going to participate phase. Someone told me that the most hardcore punk rock radical thing you can do is just show up every day and have a positive mental attitude. And so I'm driving down the hill, right? And I'm thinking about everything that's gone on in the last week. It's been a radical week. Like, school just started, so the mini-grams in school, we just had our first big night of homework, like full 2 hours of just hanging out doing homework with the 9-year-old slightly in resistance. It's just mind blower. And then just dealing with work. Work's radical always, dude. Building a house is just crazy stuff. Giant swell came into the picture. The mini-gram had a full meltdown weekend, dude. So that meant the hologram got a little frustrated, and I got a little frustrated. I'm driving down the hill this morning, and I'm like, this is so radical, dude. I got what the person said, is to just show up continually and keep a positive mental attitude and go about your day in a world of insanity. Like, now that I live up on Rainbow Mountain, right? Like, it's super quiet and tranquil, and it's just, you know, the team up there, like, trying to make it happen. But you come down into the world and people are instantly driving like idiots, bad attitudes everywhere, just the insanity of the humanity. And so I realized that my like whole new reality is just basically rolling through this insane day ahead of me and high-fiving other human beings with positive mental attitudes, or elevating other human beings into a positive mental attitude and remaining in a positive mental attitude, which I don't think I ever truly realized what a radical assignment that is. And so that gets me back to like rolling down the hill this morning. I was like, wow, that's radical, because the mini-gram was just like, I don't want to get out of bed, and just starting trouble right off the bat, right? And I'm like, dude, that is so crazy. And I'm like, oh, it's pretty classic, like just the new elevation of my own reality. And looking back of like, you know, 6 months ago, what was I doing 6 months ago? I'm running for city council. I guess I like a certain level of like insanity in my life, but just thinking about how all these new elements in my life have added just this layer of chaos at one point, but extra understanding of like the difference between being a radical human being and being like a weak, pathetic complainer. Like, I used to think that like what I was doing was fighting the system and being a rebel and all that kind of stuff, but what I was really doing was just being a weak, pathetic complainer. Like, I spent years thinking I was battling the system, but really what I was doing was just giving the system power by not participating in it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's clicking in my mind now that what the system wants us doing is tuning in and dropping out and walking away and isolating and becoming our weird little like cultish personal selves, instead of fully engaging the system, raising like future human beings into being smart, understanding, spiritually aware beings. Like, now that I'm like in this deal of like participating in the education of another human being, like I understand how radical it is to like educate the future inhabitants of this planet, man. Like, and if they're left to their own devices, man, they'll just go off the deep end. Like what's really kind of cool is I took the TV out of the house like 3 weeks ago because school was starting, and the Minigram was fully bummed at first, and now the Minigram doesn't even care. Fully busy just doing, we paint now, and we're studying, and we're trying to get this whole reading thing going. And I go, if I can just get one future human being unplugged from the television, right? That is exponentially potential for like making the future a better place for the 7th generation. And so I'm realizing more and more that me just being an average bear, I can't ever be an average bear because I'm just not that guy, but by just going and showing up for work on time, by just being a regular dude, so to speak, that I'm actually throwing the biggest monkey wrench in the system. Because that's what I was thinking about, because the hologram up to this point has been a single mom, right? Like a single mom raising the Minigram. And I've been watching what's been going on, and I'm like, dude, this girl has been doing this by herself. Oh my God, dude. And then I began to think about like all the conspiracy stuff about the destruction of the modern family and about how kids are living in these fractured families. And I'm like, oh, wow, I get it. Like, how can you educate a kid if you're just busy trying to like patch together enough money to survive the week, man? Like, I like, it just clicked this morning where I was like, oh my God, all these single parent kids and all these parents busy fighting one another to like pay their credit card bills when their whole mission's supposed to be like sitting down and unplugging the television and teaching a child to read. Like, I'm like, all right, dude, that is punk rock, man. That is everything all those lyrics in punk rock were all about, like fighting the system. You want to fight the system, man? You want to tell the man, screw you? Educate a child, dude. Get a child to read. Get a child to stop watching television. Like, life's radical, and all you young people out there, I know I got a lot of like high school people and stuff, man. And that's what, if you really want to rebel against the system, read books and turn off the television, man. Like, the more and more it becomes clear is get the television out of the house. Get the TV out of the house, dude. Our house doesn't have a television in it, and there's no more black square in the living room. I didn't realize what an energy sink the television is even when it's off. Like, now there's no television in the house, the big giant black square. Think about it, right? You have a giant black square sitting in the corner of your house, just sucking the life out of you. Big electromagnetic box full of wires and circuitries and cameras and God knows what's in the thing, right? Just now it's not in the house. So like, even when the TV wasn't on, it was just dragging energy out of you because it's a giant black box, right? Isn't black the absorption of all color, of all light, right? Kill the television, people. If you can, just go destroy television today. Throw it in the dumpster, man. I don't know. Educate a 9-year-old. Read more books. I've been reading a lot, dude. That's where I've been going. I've been reading a whole bunch lately, dude. And it's making my mind start to work. Anyway, this is The Illusion. I'm going to go high five the next human being I see and positive mental attitude. And I hope the same's going on for you. Peace.